You know, a little while back on the YouTube channel, I said that I want to switch out my dominant pros. I actually went to the community board on my YouTube channel to say, hey, I want to switch out my dominant pros. What string set should I get? What should be my next string set? So I have delivered on the strings. And I'm so excited to be sharing these strings with you today. Because after the poll on the community board, 41% of you wanted me to surprise you. Well, I feel like I have done just that. Now, before we get into the string set that I bought, we need a little background on these strings. There really isn't an official strings review of this string set, and I figure, you know what, might as well be the first one or one of the first few. If there is a string set review of these strings, then I have not seen it. But I figure, you know what, I'm gonna, serve you guys, and I wanna try these strings for myself so that way you can make an opinion whether or not you want them or not. Now, I've been playing on synthetic core strings for pretty much a very, very long time. And I have dipped my toes in the water for gut strings and like a hybrid of like the gut and synthetic. I played on the Passione solos, and those were great, but the problem is that they don't last very long. They're like about a month long, depending on how much playing you're doing. I usually navigate away from gut strings because gut strings tend to get out of tune really easily, especially with like the repertoire that I play, especially when I do recording sessions. As I was deciding my strings, I'm like, okay, well, let's go back to what the old timers used to play on. So I started a Google search, I started a YouTube search. What kind of strings did Joshua Heifetz play on? I asked the same question to a salesman many, many years ago. And ladies and gentlemen, he told me the answer. And I have them right here. They came in the mail today. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the tricolor strings. The exact strings that Heifetz used to play on. Now, these strings are the exact strings that Joshua Heifetz used to play on in the 20th century. A man in Minnesota bought a machine that creates the exact specifications of the strings Heifetz used to love playing on. And the E string is the only thing that is a little different about this set. So the E string is complete steel, but the A, D, and G string are completely gut. So just to give you some parameters, the A string is at 0.78 millimeters, D string is 1.06 millimeters, and the G string is 0.80 millimeters. Now, I bought this set for $102.75. That's with the shipping, and that is also with the varnishing of the strings. Now, Eric, what's a varnish on the strings? I never heard about that before. Well, let me tell you. So the strings, if you ever play on gut strings, and a lot of the Baroque violinists can comment down below, if you perspire a lot in your hands, if you tend to sweat a lot while you play, that'll actually ruin the string over time. So what this does with the varnishing of the strings will not absorb the moisture when you're sweating while you're playing and will last longer over time. Now, the strings are competitively priced at $102.75 for the total package because, the Dominant Pros cost $99. That's without shipping and handling. And for a little more, for $114, you can get the rondos. So this is competitively priced, these strings. Now, I'm going to open these up and see what it looks like. So you can see that this is handmade and tested. And it says, what makes the original tricolor string so unique? Our strings are handmade from the very finest natural materials using historical methods. The wound strings are made to historically accurate specifications on the very machines which first manufactured the tricolor strings in the early 20th century. So from what I've heard from the salesman many, many years ago is that this guy in Minnesota bought the machine that used to make these strings. And I'll leave a link down below on where you can get them. And again, this video is not sponsored. I bought this with my own money. Let's take a look at how it opens up. Good, so this is pretty regular strings, So something that I want to mention is that I got the medium gauge strings. So I figured I'm not a big fan of high tension strings, so I decided from my own personal preference, I'm doing medium. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open one of the strings up. And I want you to take a look at the different colors of the strings because this is, from what I remember reading, it's sheep gut. And it looks like sheep gut. I think I might need some help. So if you take a closer look you might not see it so closely, but so my first impressions of the string is that they do feel nice. They do feel varnished, and I feel like I could easily play on these strings. I will definitely let you know how these strings sound in an upcoming video. And yeah, these are the tri-color strings. Thanks so much for watching to the end. My name is Eric. I'm a violinist. Thanks so much for coming across the channel and watching this video. If you like this video, hit the like button so that way more people can take advantage of knowing about these tri-color strings. And if you haven't done so already, it'll mean a lot to me to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so that way you get notified for when new videos come out. Helps me out as a content creator, provide more videos for you. Now stay tuned in the channel so that way I can get a full review and the sound and everything up in the future. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one.